Hello and welcome to Titanium Talos Tarot, and today I'll be doing a pull for Capricorn, okay? So this is going to be for Sun, Moon, Rising, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. If you have any of these planets in your chart under Capricorn, welcome. If you have none of these planets in your chart under Capricorn, welcome as well. You probably have a message in here for you, so keep an ear out, okay? And if you are a cross watcher, I welcome you with open arms because heaven knows I was a cross watcher for many a video myself. So I get you and I got you, okay? And the way I work is that I first pull cards from the Radlech Valentine Fairy Tarot deck, then I clarify those with the Brian Froud's Fairy Oracle. If I need any further clarification, I will use Sylvia Netzer's Mirror Truth Lenormand deck. All right. Now, what I do during my week is that I first pull challenge. I do a challenge spread on Monday. On Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, I do a normal pull. Okay, for each sign. Then on Saturday, I do an energetic pull for the week ahead, and on Sunday I do an energetic healing from the week prior, okay, from the prior week or from last week, whichever. Okay, so that is what I offer. If you guys are interested, keep a lookout on those days for those readings, for those specific types of readings or that specific type of healing. And at least that way you'll get to see what I do, right? Now, with that being said, let's get into your cards, okay? My cappies, my cappy kappas, my happy campas. Oh, campas doesn't really make sense. Happy campers. Yes. All right. So, please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message. Ooh, the moon in the upright. First card out, the moon. And second card out, Princess of Winter. Princess of Winter, I think Taurus got this too. Taurus, I think Sagittarius or Leo got this too yesterday. Interesting. If it wasn't Virgo, it was Taurus that got it. So, yeah. Please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message. If you guys heard some rolling things, I'm sorry. That was my neighbor. They're taking out their recycling bin or bringing in their garbage can, whichever. Please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for too many cards. I say nay. Please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for Capricorn. Too many. Sorry. They were mainly all like major arcana too. I'm like, no. Please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my caps. Please. I wonder if Captain America, who was called Cap, was also a Capricorn. Who knows? So next card out is the Eight of Autumn in the upright. Why? Okay. Please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for Capricorns, please come forward and share what else they should have. What else they should expect. Please, angels and guides. Anyone from the highest good who has a message for Capricorn, please come forward and share it. Oh, next card. Last card is the Dreamer card pointed towards the left. That is interesting. My Cappies. What aren't you embarking on? Alrighty then. Which is funny because I have like 3 placements of Capricorn in my chart. So I'm like, what are you not embarking on, girl? What? Anywho, let us clarify these. Okay. Please, angels and guides. Anyone from the highest good who has a message for Capricorn, please come forward and share. Why the Moon card is here in the upright. Please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for Cappies, why is the Moon here in the upright? Please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for Cappies, why is the Moon in the upright? Okay. So we got the Spirit Dancer, number 1. And we got another card that wanted to come out. Ooh! The Soul Shrinker in the reverse. Das is nice. The Soul Shrinker being in the reverse. I mean, okay. Please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for Capricorn, please come forward and share why the Princess of Winter is here in the upright. Please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for Cappies, please come forward and share why the Princess of Winter is here in the upright. And we got Death. Okay. Please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good. Okay. There's like this bug who was like walking around on my desk behind my phone. It's been a while. I've been watching it and it's been going back, forth, back, forth, back, forth. Now it's like in my face. In my space. I'm like, okay. It also wants to be in the shot. I don't know if you can see it. It's like super tiny, but I'm like, hi. Please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for Cappy, please come forward and share why the 8 bottom is here in the upright. Please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for Cappies, please come forward and share why the 8 of Winter is here in the upright. Jehovah. This could be like a Japanese gangsta. Literally. I don't know. Interesting. Okay, please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for Cappies, please come forward and share why the Dreamer is here, pointing towards the left. Please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my Cappies, please tell me why the Dreamer is here pointing towards the left. And it's here pointing towards the left because Taom the poet. Okay, dokie. So the first card is the moon in the upright. And the moon is powerful, intuitive epiphanies, letting go of worry or fear, understanding the truth of a situation. Clarified by the spirit dancer in the upright and the soul shrinker in the reverse. Now, the spirit dancer in the upright is self-expression, freedom, exploration. Yeah, I was gonna say expression because I mean that's what self-expression, expression, right? But it's exploration. And then the soul shrinker in the reverse is what? Factor. Scatter blessings, kind words, thank yous, and feedback. So it is good. Scattered blessings, kind words, thank yous, and feedback. Okay, wait. Or is it scattered blessings, thank yous, plus feedback, and kind words? In any way, it's a good card to have in the reverse. Did I say it's a good card in the reverse? Yeah. Okay. The next card is the Princess of Winter. Now, the Princess of Winter is inquisitive, truthful, realistic, and undiplomatic. Okay, undiplomatic. Excuse me. Information that can help you, but which may also be difficult to hear. And that is what really came to me as a reason why this person is sort of has a difficult time communicating exactly what her thoughts are, and it's because she's undiplomatic. So she might have something important to say, which is very kind and all those things, but because she doesn't exactly know how to say it, it's difficult, right? So speaking the truth with kindness, an indigo, child, or adult. Now, I know that I had difficulty communicating with people because I didn't know how to tactfully and diplomatically say what I had to say. And so that was why I was mainly made fun of, picked on, and bullied and teased when I was a kid. Now I do know how to tactfully say things to people in the right way, in the right time. You know, sometimes you have to be undiplomatic to get your point across. But that depends on the situation, the people, and the circumstances. In any case, so indigo, child, or adult. So you have something to say, and you are going to say it. It doesn't really matter who it is. I think it was Taurus. Because I remember Virgo. Because I did this whole like spiel about talking about my accident and how when I have sometimes when people talk, they talk from their perspective, and when people listen, they don't listen from the other person's perspective. They listen through their perspective, and that is why they often get hurt, have hurt feelings, because they aren't really viewing this from the other person's perspective. They are actually viewing it from their perspective, not taking into account what the other person has as a life experience. And what I took out and my knowing is that I have been very close to death. Okay, I was brought back. I was put in a coma, an induced coma for 4.5 months. Okay, I can't remember anything that happened during my coma because I was like unconscious, like literally asleep, right? But I started to remember when they started waning the drug off that kept me under. And I remember seeing nothing at all, like nothing. But I'm certain that while I was in that coma, I was in heaven, and I was doing what you do when you're asleep, right? When you're like fully asleep, you can't remember. I can't see my dreams. I can only see my dreams early in the morning. You know, when you're like in between sleep and you're in between, you're half awake, half asleep. Now those I can remember, but the ones that I have like in the middle of the night, I can't. So when I speak of, like, I have a different relationship with death. So when I'm around people who have a very bad connotation towards death, I generally, back in the day, I was like, why would you be afraid of dying? I mean, it's amazing, but some people are not that way. And it took me a couple of mistakes to understand that, you know what, people aren't you. People haven't had near death experiences. So you can't really go up to people's faces, be like, everything's okay. Everything is like, everything on the other side is going to be unicorn farts and fairies, fairy dust, or whatever. You know, it's going to be all flowery and stuff. No, some people are afraid, even if they call themselves Christians. Because if you believe in the Bible, you know that after death, there is life. You go up to heaven. You join God. So why in the world are people scared of death? Being scared of death is a very human experience. Now, I'm not saying it's not right. I'm just saying if you're Christian, if you are a Christian that goes to Bible study, why in the world are you afraid of death? But that is my own perspective. It is mine. I cannot force it on anybody, and I cannot make anyone believe otherwise. Okay? So if that is your perspective, and I respect you for it. But respect me in my belief as well. Okay? So I was talking about death because this came. Natural and timely endings release liberation. Liberation of your soul. Liberation because you can join the ethers and be a energetic being yet again. Fully realized energetic being once more. Okay? Now, the 8 of autumn. Okay, the 8 of autumn in the upright is do more research before proceeding. Education in the form of seminars, going back to school or apprenticeships, excellent craftsmanship, and long-term projects. Yep. And those long-term projects are clarified by Jihobaya. For some reason, I think I mentioned this. When I see this card, I think of like a Japanese gangster. Hobaya. I don't know. That might be cultural, like, yeah. Well, to me, this looks Japanese, and also he looks cross-eyed. Look at his eyes. They're like, Well, for some reason, I don't know why. Or what he's focusing on is like right here, or or he has like difficulty. His eyes are like crossing each other. You know. Not lazy eye, but like super weird eyes. For some reason, they look kind of weird. They're also green, just like mine. But I have like normal white eyeball with the green pupil. With a green iris and a pupil. This just has green and a pupil. That's probably why it's freaky. Yeah. Okay, so Jihobaya is imaginary fears, unreal hazards, realistic caution. Protection from I don't know what. You know. protection from falling into the wrong, going after the wrong thing. Do more research before proceeding. Education in the form of seminars, going back to school, or apprenticeships. Excellent craftsmanship or long-term projects. Realistic caution. That is what makes sense in this. Okay, realistic caution. You are going to be realistically being cautious about whatever you're going into, not rushing into things. Just like me with my readings. I know personally that I can do better. There's something I can learn more of. So I would be like out of this world. I would be so happy if anyone knows of like card reading classes or anything. I would be super interested. Yes, if it is time for me to do that, I would be really, really, really interested. Okay, now the last card, my friends, is the Dreamer card. The Dreamer card pointed towards the left means that this, whatever it is coming in slow. And also, you're wearing very high heels. I don't know if you can see it, but this Fool here is like in heels, but they look like super high heels. So I'm like, eee. Yeah. She looks like a jester type of thing. Anyway, embrace your true purpose. Begin a new adventure. Trust yourself. Go on a new adventure. And as I've said, I don't know if I've said this in your guys' readings, but this tower is the same tower that is in the life experience card in this deck. Okay, so whatever you're going to is going to teach you stuff and is going to make you grow as a person. So this is good, okay? Because it is only through life experience that you learn stuff and you become bigger and wiser and much better placed to act with life. Okay? And the card clarifying that, my Cappies, is Taum the Poet. Clear sight, poetry, erotic energy, laughter, not getting into serious mischief. Now, I did have a feeling I would be using this deck today. Be using this deck for this reading because I haven't used it for the others. Alright, so please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good. I'm pulling it out because I don't understand why the dreamer would be clarified by Talon the Poet. Seeing as the way I see it, the poet is just going off on an adventure. And yet Talon the Poet is saying not getting into serious mischief. I mean, they aren't necessarily, all of them, they don't necessarily mean the other, but they don't necessarily not mean the other, so I'm not understanding. Going on an adventure, for me, going on a new adventure and trusting yourself, it's also getting into a little mischief at times. So why is Talon the Poet clarifying the dreamer? Please, angels and guides. Please, angels and guides. Anyone from the highest good who has a message for rods. The rods. Okie dokie. Vi. Okay, the basic meaning of this card is dispute, communication, discussion, arguments, conversations, negotiation, or interference. It may also point to your own mistake. The dispute card, par excellence, which means by excellence in French. Excellence. We should relearn our communication skills without being caught up in emotional drama. Getting simply taken away by high-pitched emotions ends up in disaster. Listening to learn. Topic: self-punishment. Flagellation with rods. I don't know. Okay. Topic: self-punishment. Humiliating acts. Negotiations are necessary. Speak your mind. Taking things as they come. Just keep quiet. Listen to others. Well, I mean, that is basically Taoam the poet. He's intently watching, listening, right? Clear sight. Being very observant, which okay, I still don't get it. Please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for Capricorn, please come forward. Okay, eight card, number 8. It's actually the tree, but there's a number 8 on it. Or is that the infinity sign? I'm not sure. What's the name? Tree. The tree card stands for health, life itself, and stability. Yes. The infinity sign. As a time factor, it indicates a long time, either into the past or the future. It is a slow growth. The tree also does not grow overnight. Extensive planning is necessary here. Keys for the card. Naturalness. Connection with nature, being rooted, calm environment, immobile, silence. Ahmed the dead terrorist. Silence and connection. Contentment. The card can also reflect boredom, a strong relationship, good health, long-term commitment, dullness in the relationship, little personal development, or bad habits. Cards in the direct vicinity of the tree can provide clues about health. In regard to planning and action, patience is necessary. Keep going with things that are important to you. Be aware that it takes longer. Consider long-term consequences. The card shows a tree with a hourglass. Yes, hourglass. The time is running. Nobody knows for how long. What are you going to do with the remaining time you have of your life? Imagine you have a lifespan of 20,000 years. 2,000 years. I added a 0. What would you definitely change in your life? And why not now? What is still important for you to experience and to learn? And which do you dare to not do? Okay, so the way I see it, is that you're being called to go off on a new adventure, but you are taking your sweet time observing something. All right, and that is why I think it was communication, right? The rods. Yeah. Basic this card. Yeah, dispute communication. So, but you're having difficulty wording what you want to say. Dharma Jane calls this card Edward Cullen. Basically, watching, being stoic, being silent, not really communicating much. Excuse me. So, you need to communicate stuff, but you're not because you're just observing. You are someone you are dealing with. That is very important. If this does not apply to you, put it on another person. Put it on the person you are involved with. Okay, and that is because you see this. You are having difficulty embarking on a new journey with someone or with something because you are still in the research mode of it, and during your research mode you would need to communicate that you are researching this in order for people to bring you more help, but you're not, most probably because you see long term, this being something long term. But if this is a relationship and your relationship is long term, then why are you not? Personally, I don't understand why people would keep this to themselves if they have if they see such a good future with this, or if they foresee this for a long term thing. But I mean, it could come, like, it could be that they don't think they're ready yet to come near this person, so they're leaving that person in the dark. Because my father did tell me this. He told me, Talar, if the other person feels like they're not ready to come to see you and to come and have a relationship with you, well, then I tip my hat off to them, because they might actually cause more harm than good in the relationship if they come towards you quicker than later. And I'm like, okay, but that's such a male thing to do. And I'm like, why? I mean, I'm a Libra, so I'm a Libra sun. So for me, it's all about partnership and working together and working through it and all that stuff. But then he's like, yeah, but he's a guy. He's a guy. He probably doesn't think that way. And I'm like, what's the point? I mean, why? Why put yourself through all this bullshit and harm and difficulty because of this? But it is his point of view and it is their point of view. So whatever it is, I respect it. It's fine. I just don't like it. It's all. Now, liking it and respecting it are two very completely different things. So I understand his choice. Or their choice. Whatever. So that is all that I have for you guys this week, Capricorn. If you like this and if you would like me to go deeper into your specific situation, please contact me at the email in the box below, where you will also find a little description of this video and my price. Now, like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and click on the notification bell to be notified when I post new stuff. And for me, please leave me a comment, because I love comments. I read them all. I might not answer all of them, but I absolutely read them all. Okay? Now, with that being said, my Cappies, I wish you guys all a very good week, and I will see you next time, alright? Bye!